Chloe, and I'm the helper in the situation. This is Jillian. She's Judy, and she's back a second time, having been a victim of domestic violence, and we're just doing a second video following up on the first situation we had. So, Judy, I'm your nurse today. So can you tell me a little bit about why you're here today? What happened this time?
Well, last time I was kind of feeling like, I was abused, but I thought maybe Jordan, my boyfriend, he was just angry, and I knew it wasn't okay, but I was going to give him a chance and try to, maybe he wouldn't do it again, but he's been beating me again, and more than once since the last time I talked to you, and I think it's time to come up with a plan and figure out what I'm going to do, what I need to do.
Okay, so last time you were feeling as if it was an isolated incident because it hadn't happened many times before, but now you've gotten to the point where you realize it's an issue and that you want to get out of this situation? Okay, well, we can definitely work with that and see what different resources we can use. Last time when we were talking, I mentioned some websites and anonymous groups and discussion sessions. Did you do any of that? Did any of that help?
I looked into a couple different websites. I didn't really find them as helpful, but the anonymous groups, I was a little nervous, not sure if I wanted to, but I think I will go to an anonymous group and talk to other people who have been in the same situation. I think that would be helpful.
Yeah. I feel like the biggest step is recognizing that there is an issue here and you're trying to work towards it. I think the groups will help, but I'm wondering if maybe you're at the point now where you would talk to the police or any other significant, a doctor even, or because it might get to the point where this is going to get more and more serious, so we need to take control of the situation now.
Yeah, I think talking to my family doctor a little more about it, and I think you're right, getting the police involved would be a good thing to do. Maybe even some family members. I still haven't talked to any family members about it. I'm just feeling so embarrassed by it all, but my body's taking a toll in my mind, so I need to do something about this right away.
Yes, I agree. So maybe I know you haven't talked to your family in a while, but if you explain the situation and explain what's been going on and say that you're going to go to the police, you're going to get this sorted, do you think they'd be more willing to help and support you through this time?
I think so. My father, he's a pretty quiet guy and kind of old-fashioned, and really thinks that no matter what happens, you should stay together with your spouse or significant other. But I think my mom has started to notice that things aren't right between Jordan and I. So I think if I talk to her first and then maybe go to my dad afterwards, then I think they'll be supportive. So yeah, I just need some. Yeah, it's nice to be talking to you and hearing that I should go to them.
Yeah, definitely reinforcing what you've been thinking yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you have friends or siblings, if you didn't want to go straight to your parents, you could always see if you could just crash at their place for a couple nights so you don't have to go home and be worrying the whole time if something's going to go wrong or if you're going to do something and it's going to set him off and you're going to end up injured even more so than you have been.
Having that plan set in place, for sure. Because, it would be nice to let them know what's going on so they can be expecting me and not be so surprised if that happens. So, I think I will. I think that's a good idea. I will talk to them and let them know what's going on. Yeah.
So at the moment, you're still living with him?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think maybe if you say you're going to go away for a weekend with your friends, what he would think of that? Because maybe that's a way that you can get away from him without him realizing and getting angry about it.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I could just tell him that I'm going away on a shopping trip. Although I probably won't like that too much, going shopping, but yeah, for sure. I don't like lying to him, but I think he's hurt me enough, and I need to start standing up for myself. So I've been so worried about, what he's going to think, what he's going to do, but I think I need to start thinking about myself more.
Yeah. So, do you think, he's not here with you today, is he?
No.
Okay, and he was last time, and you were nervous about that. So maybe if we get you to talk to a doctor today and just make sure that they're thinking the same thing, that it's necessary for you to get out of the situation, and maybe they can help, and I can help put you in with a police officer to talk about everything. Does that sound good?
Do you think that they would go right to Johnny though, or be a little nervous?
I think it depends on what you want from them. I think they do take that into consideration. You're an adult now. It's not like as a child who's like necessary to report. But
maybe you could look in to see what they would actually do, because I know that makes me nervous too, not knowing what. Going to the police is one thing, but what will they actually do about the situation is another. So
are you feeling nervous because you don't know what will happen to him? Is that it? Like you don't want him to be put in jail?
Well, at this point, maybe he needs to go, but I kind of want to know what are the possibilities, what could happen to him.
So you can plan for it ahead of time?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah, I can definitely find out that information and let you know, and then from there we can decide what the best course of action is. Are you going to go home after this today?
I think I'll go to my parents' house.
Okay.
Last night was a really rough night, and I don't want to go back, so not right now. So I think I'll go to my parents, and
Okay, and do you have the information on the groups you were talking about? Did you find
No,
them?
I found online just some websites, but not for the anonymous groups. So
Okay, well, I can research that and let you know what groups are around or in this area that you can attend for sure. I do think it'll help realizing that you're not the only one in this situation, and that it's something a lot of people deal with, and they might have different coping mechanisms or different ways they deal with things that can help you, especially to not anger anyone, to make sure you always stay safe.
Yeah, I think that would make me feel a lot better about the situation, knowing that I'm not alone on what I'm going through. I know that other people go through this, but to actually hear other people talk about it will help a lot.
Do you have anything else you want to discuss while I'm here?
I just we have one child together, so the whole custody child, that's in the future, and if this actually goes through. But maybe if I could have some information on. I don't have any lawyers or anything, so maybe getting that started.
Yeah, when I talk to the police, I can definitely find out what they do in a situation for children, and if you'll need a lawyer and all of that. That's definitely something the police can help you with more so than what I can, but I will get you in touch with them so we can figure everything out for you.
Okay. That sounds like a good plan to me. I feel a little better now.
You feel better? Good. So I'll go get that information for you and let you know everything.
All right.
So Judy, I have the information for you. I have the group and everything set up.
Oh, great.
And
That's good.
Yeah, there's also a police officer on the phone who's willing to help you through this and give you all the information. And I figured that being on the phone, you don't have to be face to face. It doesn't have to seem so scary and intimidating.
And I can ask him what they'll gonna do with Johnny. Okay.
Yeah, you can ask whatever you want, whatever you feel you need to know, and they'll be able to help you work through that. And then if you feel ready to talk to them in person and set things up, they'll definitely do that for you.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
No problem.
So much.